Yo, what's up, guys? Welcome back to the channel. APW Sports signing in. And first and foremost, happy Mother's Day to all the mothers out there. We love you and we appreciate everything that you've done for us. But in today's video, we're going to do the Backlash PLE review / reaction. Give my thoughts on all the matches, give my thoughts on what happened. But before I get into that, make sure you guys leave this video a like. It continues to help this channel to grow. And make sure you click the subscribe button and notification bell so you will not miss any of the videos that I post on this channel. But let's just get right to it. The first match of the night was the Fatal 4-Way United States Championship match with Jacob Fatu, LA Knight, Damian Priest, and Drew McIntyre. Overall, honestly, I would say this was a solid match. I was kind of surprised that this kicked off the show. I honestly thought Dominik and Penta would kick off the show, if I'm going to be honest, but it was a good way to kick off the show where all four men put on a very good match. It's crazy, at least over the last, maybe say, month or so, some of the multi-star, whether it's men's or the women's sides matches, have been some of the better matches that we've had in the WWE, whether we're talking about the triple threats with both CM Punk, Roman, and Seth at WrestleMania, EO, Bianca, and Rhea at WrestleMania, Jacob, LA Knight, Damian Priest, and Drew now at Backlash. Very good match. All four men had spots where they showed off things they can do. All four men had, it was basically a destruction. The surprise of the night was the debut of Jeff Cobb, who came in on Solo Sikoa's behalf, and Jacob Fatu, which that was an unexpected twist. I'll be honest, I'm not really familiar with Jeff Cobb, so you guys probably had to fill me in on him a little bit, or I'll do my own research. But when we're talking about Jacob Fatu and the whole Solo Sikoa thing, remember I said in the PLE, at some point those two are going to go clash heads. I really believe so because of the way that Jacob's face looked when Jeff Cobb came up there and attacked LA Knight. I got a funny feeling, like I said, that is going to explode into a one-on-one match with Jacob and Solo. Because it looked like Jacob really didn't approve of it, but he did take advantage of it, hit the moonsault, the jump-up moonsault to pin LA Knight for the win. Now we're going to talk about the Women's Intercontinental Championship match with Lyra Valkyria versus Becky Lynch. And I am, number one, I'm glad that Lyra won because I wanted to see the WWE kind of push a different star. We know what Becky Lynch is, one of the all-time great in the women's division, Hall of Famer, first ballot, but I want to see them try to push a new star with already a new championship with the Women's Intercontinental belt. And that match overall was a very, very compelling match, very entertaining match. Becky Lynch and Lyra put on a very good match. It was a solid match. I would probably give that like a 7 out of 10. It was a really good match. Lyra Valkyria ended up picking the win with the, I think she attacked her in the nose. It did look like that was supposed to happen. It kind of looked a little, something went wrong or something did not happen that was supposed to. But either way, she picked up the victory in a very compelling and entertaining match. And then after that match, she attacked Lyra more and put her in a disarmor where they had to have the security and the backstage team come up and break it up. I think this is a rivalry that I don't think is over. You're still going to have to tie Bayley into this particular rivalry. This rivalry is not over. And I was thinking coming into this match, I thought Bayley was going to come back. I don't know what the whole she's missing thing. I don't know exactly what's going on with that. But I was expecting Bayley to have some type of appearance in this match. But I don't think it would have taken away from how good the match actually was. Where Lyra hit her with the Nightwing, kicking out of the Nightwing, and the referee being distracted with Becky Lynch pulling out the chair, but then ended up taking off the cover of the top rope, and she was trying to put the top rope in, and then gave Becky the opportunity to kick out, and she got hit. I think it was like 3 or 4 manhandle slams and kicking out of those. It was a very compelling match, and I'm glad Lyra went over as far as winning this match. I really like that. I give that a 7 out of 10. I didn't get my rating for the United States title match. I would give that probably a 7. Next, we have Dominik Mysterio versus Penta. Now, I will be honest. I knew the Judgment Day was going to have something that happened to do with this match. The Judgment Day, whether we were talking about Carlito, we're talking about Finn, and we're talking about JD, at some point, I knew they were going to play a hand in this match. What is a Judgment Day match without shenanigans? 99.99%, or you can even say 100% of the time, it's going to happen. Overall, I'm becoming a fan of Penta. We all know the memes with the walk and it's a memeable thing. But I like Dominik too. I'm not going to lie. Because if you guys don't know, I was already pushing for him to win in WrestleMania. I wanted to see how he would do with a singles title on the main roster. He was already at NXT, I think a 2-time North American champion at NXT. So I really wanted to see how Dom would fare in the run. And so far, I'm actually enjoying the Dominik Mysterio Intercontinental Championship run. We all know the Judgment Day comes with some nefarious activity. And then the whole El Grande Americano coming out and pushing Penta. No, he headbutted Penta off of the top rope and ended up letting Dominik Mysterio capitalize and hitting the frog splash for the match, with him being distracted by Finn Balor. And then Finn Balor, earlier, he had the chair. He took a little too long, and then the refs called him. The ref called and threw all three of them out the ring. But Penta came and hit the splash on, who was it? It was JD and Carlito. But Finn moved out the way, but still got a little bit of a distraction to help pull Dominik Mysterio out with the victory. But overall, I'll give that match probably a 6, mainly because we just knew it. Then we have Gunther versus Pat McAfee, which I thought was a very enjoyable match. You had Gunther kind of played his dominant role. Pat McAfee was the fan favorite. McAfee had that shirt, Monster Fox, something, I can't remember exactly what it said. It was a creative shirt, kind of almost looked like his coach jersey. They were kind of playing off of that. But overall, it was, like I said in my preview, I figured that Pat McAfee was going to give a little more than a lot of people expected. We all knew Gunther was going to win. I mean, no point about it. But it's just the fact that Pat McAfee actually gave Gunther some go. It was looking at points where Pat was going to get squashed, but Pat kept fighting, hit him with the punch, hit him with the boots. And then Cole coming off from the announce table to number one, try to assist with Gunther, Pat McAfee against Gunther. And then he had him in a chokehold, had Michael Cole in a chokehold, and Pat McAfee ended up big bullying him to get him off. It was a very entertaining match. The results of it, cool. We knew that was going to happen. I was more worried about how were they going to sell this match and how were they going to do this match. And overall, it was a very entertaining match. I give that about a 6.5, 7. Really solid match. And then we go to the main event of the night with John Cena versus Randy Orton for the last time, one of the bigger rivalries that the WWE has ever seen. And this match lived up to it. Very compelling match. We're talking about Cena and Orton. Both of them going back and forth. Then the whole shenanigans with this John Cena heel turn started to come in when they're doing they were doing sleeper holds before that. The sleeper holds back and forth off the ropes. The John Cena had hit him with an AA, but Randy Orton turned it into an RKO. And then a little bit later, shenanigans came in with John Cena. He threw Randy Orton into the refs. Then he got again outside the ring when the ref recovered, looking for a pin. I thought they were outside the ring, and Randy Orton ended up getting pushed into the ref, into the steel steps. And it was a very good match where then it was looking like, what was it? Randy Orton RKO. No, he added to the adjustment John Cena into the announce desk. And John Cena was looking for some type of cheap shot, as he's been doing. But then they brought another ref to the ring, and that didn't work. I think he got in the way again. John Cena tried to hit him with the belt, but he ducked and hit the ref. And then all the security and Nick Aldis came out there, and it was RKO City. RKO City, and everybody was eating RKOs left and right, RKO, 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 and I loved it. And it looks like right when Randy Orton, because he went for the punt earlier, and John Cena ended up moving out the way and turning it into an AA. And then he tried to do it again. And I had a funny feeling R-Truth was going to show up somehow in this match, especially with the backstage segments that they had. I had a funny feeling that he was going to show up somehow. Gets in the way of Randy Orton punting him, which was almost expected. And then John Cena went for the low blow. And then once John Cena hit the low blow, you kind of knew this match was going to end. He hit him with the belt. Referee from the outside recovers. Pins 1, 2, 3. John Cena retains. Then he goes on a little bit of a spew as the last real champion thing. And overall, that match was a very good match for me. I'll give that match probably an 8.5, 9 out of 10. I think this rivalry, I'll be honest, this is how I would have played it. I probably would do something. I probably might do a video of how I probably would have done the John Cena booking of him being a heel turn. Things should have been different. The heels thing, I'll be honest, John Cena as a heel, I think John Cena in general, and I'll be honest, and this probably might be a controversial statement, doesn't move me. Whether it's been throughout his career and even now, even in the heel run, I'll be honest, he never has moved me. Maybe it's me being a CM Punk fan with that whole thing happening in Chicago and the Money in the Bank. I don't know. It's just during my whole wrestling watch, I've never been particularly moved by John Cena. I have not. I'm not going to say I hate the man because that status has remained for Hulk Hogan and Brock Lesnar and Goldberg. It just doesn't move the needle for me. But overall, I give the PLE a 7. I give it a 7. It wasn't terrible. It had good matches. The results were we knew where things were going to happen. It was too soon to change a lot of title reigns. Maybe you had moments in Lyra versus Becky where you thought Becky was going to go over, which I think would have been a mistake. But overall, I give it a solid 7. Wasn't bad. It wasn't the greatest either. I think the last two matches were the Gunther and McAfee and John Cena, Randy Orton. I think that moved the needle for me. So I give this probably a 7.5 out of 10 on the grade score. But those are my thoughts about Backlash. You leave yours in the comments below. I'm APW Sports signing out. Make sure you guys leave this video a like. Continue to help this channel to grow. And click the subscribe button and notification bell so you will not miss any of the things I post on this channel, whether it's football or WWE related. And I will catch you guys in the next one. Happy Mother's Day. Peace.